Welcome back to Better Living. I'm here now with Debbie from DK Treasures. And of course, it was Memorial Day this last weekend. And you were in here last week, I believe.
We were.
The weeks all kind of run together for me sometimes. We talked about the memorial stones and some of the things people can do to help you guys with that. Let's talk about the unveiling of the memorial stones that you guys have coming up. It'll be here before we know it.
I know it. It's coming so quick. July 4th is going to be the unveiling, and we're going to unveil 3 of the stones.
We have a picture that I think kind of gives us an idea of what it will look like a little bit when you do the unveiling of the stones. The stones will be for, there we go, the unveiling of the Korean, Iraq, and Spanish-American War memorial stones,
Correct.
right?
3 separate ones. And that will then make 5. And we only have 3 left to go.
Yes, let's talk. The ones that are already up are
the Medal of Honor, which was the first one that went up a year ago in July, Memorial Day. I'm sorry, a year ago Memorial Day, and then the one that DK Treasures, my business partner Kelly, and I spearheaded was the Vietnam Memorial, and that was done on September 11th.
And these are all right there on Summit Street in Point Place. We've talked about this before. It's a very nice, peaceful environment. You know, we encouraged people last week over this Memorial Day weekend to go and check it out, and any time to go and check it out. You don't have to. Doesn't have to be a special holiday or a special time to go do that. It's a nice place to go and honor those who have fought for our country.
I walked down there several times this weekend and took a look around, and it was a very busy place. People were sitting and reflecting. They were walking the trails. They were watching the birds, because we still have a lot of the birds there. And you would see people by the stones. You would see in uniform or not, people kneeling by them and saying a prayer for those that gave all.
Now, there are things that we can do as a community to help make sure that these stones are a reality. Not only the 3 that we want to be unveiled on July 4th, but the others that are still to come. So we can buy, we've got a pen on here. Let me show my pen so Jason get a shot of that. You can buy these pens at your place?
Yes, and they sell for $5 each, and all proceeds goes toward the stones. And then we are going to have, in Point Place, every year they have a huge community garage sale, and there are hundreds of garage sales all throughout Point Place. So what we're doing is, on that weekend of June 12th, 13th, and 14th, we are going to do at the banquet hall on the 13th, a Saturday from 10 to 4, we're going to host a garage sale inside and out. And those tables that are marked, all the proceeds from those tables will go toward the memorials. So we are hoping that people will just stop out, just buy one thing, or just donate. You know, you can also do that.
And can people donate items for that if they have perhaps some patriotic items? Can they bring them by and donate them so that you can sell them? Absolutely.
You know, we ask that, you know, the items of some sort of value. I just actually this morning got a phone call that the one item that sold for $250 this morning, so that's going directly to.
That's awesome.
It is fantastic. Someone brought it, dropped it, said, you know, I can't give the money, but here's this item, and I know it's worth a little bit of money, and she was right.
Sure enough.
You know, so we marketed it, we sold it, and that all goes toward the memorial.
I think there are a lot of times, especially as we age, as we get a little older, I think about my grandmother. My grandfather was a vet. He passed away several years ago, and as my grandmother tries to declutter her house, as she knows, before long it will be time for her to perhaps move into some sort of assisted living facility. You know, there are a lot of things that she has that have a lot of value and have a patriotic meaning that she'd love to do that.
That would be fantastic.
She would love to give them to someone that would be able to do something that would live on, you know, and to have a place to do, you know, to give them, because what are we going to do with them? What should somebody do? Should they just give you a call?
They can give us a call at the store, and we can set up a time, or they can tell us what they have. Maybe we'll come and pick it up, depending on the size. But we can set a time for them to bring it in. We started out with one little shelf in the first room that had items on it
Sure.
for sale. And I've got 8 shelves right now. So
It just keeps growing.
bookcase type shelves. So it keeps growing and it keeps adding up.
What kind of items would you, I mean, like I wouldn't even know what would be useful to you. What kind of items would be useful to you?
Well, the item that we just sold this morning was an actual miniature Singer sewing machine.
Oh.
And it dated back to the 1940s. It was absolutely pristine condition. It was beautiful. And that sold. I mean, we've had vases, we've had paintings, jewelry. I had a laptop come in, sold that. So, I mean, it really, as long as there is a resale to it, we don't do clothing or anything like that. However, we have gotten a couple uniforms that have come
Sure.
in, which are perfect because collectors like those things.
That makes sense. Now, there's also a GoFundMe account,
Yes,
too.
yes.
How does that work?
Well, if you log on to our site, you can go to the GoFundMe account. You just click onto that, you donate your money there, and it goes directly to Remembrance Inc. They issue a check, it comes to Remembrance Inc. and it gets deposited. Or you can go right to the Fifth Third Bank and let them know you want to donate to Remembrance Inc. and it will go directly into that account.
Easy enough. Well, we are going to talk some more about what's going on out at Lighthouse Landing. They're doing fantastic things here, but this isn't all they're doing out there at DK Treasurer's Lighthouse Landing, Point Place.
Yes.
They got lots of names. They got lots of stuff going on. We'll talk more with Debbie coming up. Stick with us. We'll be right back.